Okay, for this next section of the game, I know for a fact there's a lot of quiet parts because it's sneaking around, so I figured I may as well talk a little bit about the game during this part. Yeah, for the most part, I honestly dislike this particular segment the most. There's another part later on that I also don't like, but it's another Zoe part that has to do with a lot of sneaking or a lot of running away from things. These controls are not very good for things like that at all. I mean, the way the camera is moved by the mouse is completely different from what I'm used to.
Do not leave the waiting area without an authorized escort. Thank you, and have a fulfilling
and it's very sensitive. So it's like you turn the mouse towards the left and your camera moves to the right. You try to look in a specific direction with the mouse like you normally would in a game, and it just automatically turns you in the opposite direction, and you can't look up and down. You can only look in a pivoting circle around the character. And throughout this entire part, these robots that you kind of have to hide from, at least in this section, I believe there's 2 of them.
It's
that
closed.
Come from different directions. Either that or this one comes around and comes back through the office that we have to get into. It's kind of hard to tell with the way they have it animated, and you can see me here. I'm having issues with the freaking camera. Getting stuck on walls, trying my best to find places to hide, and it's really hard whenever you have to face the spot you want to hide in so that you can click it properly.
Your unauthorized intrusion has
and
triggered my security routines.
I'm gonna leave in
proceed to utilize force.
the bits where I get caught.
Our honored guests are
I'm gonna be editing this a little bit later, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave these
and
bits in
inside the
because
waiting area
just to show
until
you
authorized
what
escort
happens when you get
arrives.
caught.
Thank you.
But all the same, stop it, kitty cat. I'm trying to focus, trying to concentrate. Stop it. Ah. All the same, yeah, this particular section
Please,
is
honored guest,
genuinely frustrating because of how the controls work.
Thank you, and have a fulfilling and
It's supposed, I mean, I get that this whole part, once you get to where you've got to go, it advances the storyline and you kind of find out more about what's been going on with Reza and a little bit more about the story he was working on. But it's just the fact that you have to go through all of this nonsense just to get to that point. I much would have yeah, there's 2 of them. I would have I can't talk. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. I'm clicking the wrong thing. Stop it. Hide. Just hide. No, it's just... It could have been handled a lot better, and there could have been a little bit less of a focus on stealth, because this game is not built for any kind of stealth. It's bad enough that I had to deal with it with April earlier. There's no good way for this to be handled. Oh, I think, yeah, this is where he is. I'm gonna stop talking now because there's gonna be a lot of exposition coming up.
This must be Damien Kavanagh's office, and that's the only person I see in here. So, Damien?
Hello, can I help you?
I'm looking for Damien Kavanagh.
Speaking. Well, what do you need? I have clearance to work today.
I don't work here. I'm a friend of Reza Tamiz's, Jericho.
Jericho? Jesus. How did you... Hold on a second. Let me just...
What did you just do?
I made sure that this remains a private conversation. How did you get in here? This place is a bloody fortress.
I'm getting good at finding my way into impenetrable fortresses. I'm Zoe.
Damien Cav... You already know who I am, which I find sorely disturbing. I told Jericho that he couldn't talk to anyone about this. Did Jericho send you? I haven't been able to contact him.
Jericho's gone. Something's happened to him. But he left me enough info to locate you.
He's disappeared. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. What about Rio? She went to see Jericho 5 days ago.
Is she... Are you close?
We work together. Why? What's happened?
I think she's... dead.
Are you serious? Oh, Jesus. I'm in way over my head on this one. I shouldn't have asked her to go. What happened to her?
I don't know. I found her in Jericho's apartment. She was hooked up to this white plastic thing, and there were wires going into her head.
The dreamer.
What?
That's what it's called. A dreamer. It's not supposed to kill you.
I know. They hooked me up to one.
Who hooked you up to a dreamer?
2 girls. Twins. I don't know who they work for, but I'm guessing they're connected to your company.
I've seen them around. They work for Miss Gilmore, the president.
I think maybe they got to Rio as well. And they're after Jericho... after Reza. I was hoping he'd made it here.
I haven't heard from him since Thursday. Sorry. Rio rang me when she got into Casablanca and told me she'd met with Jericho.
That must have been right before... I found her in Jericho's apartment, and minutes later the Eye raided the place. I was arrested, but they let me go the next morning.
Is there anyone who isn't involved in this?
This? What? I decided to track Reza down in order to help him. He's my best friend. But I don't know what this is, or what I've gotten myself involved in. Now Reza's vanished, and you're the only lead I have left. Can you please just tell me what this is?
You don't know anything?
Only what I've picked up on the way here. Reza never shares his stories with me. I know that WatiCorp is working on something, and that they've been testing it out on people in Newport. You called it the Dreamer. I know that the Dreamer is probably connected to the static somehow, and that is most likely what Reza was investigating in the first place. And I also know that WatiCorp is keen to keep all of this under wraps. Keen enough to kill people. Apart from that, I have no idea who you are, what you've told Reza, what Rio was doing in his apartment, and what this Dreamer thing is all about. So you're going to have to fill me in, and I'm not leaving here until you do. I've come too far to go back now. If I can't help Reza, at least I want to know why. I want the truth.
Right. Well, okay. I understand you want the truth. I wish I could tell you. I'm putting myself at great risk here, Zoe. I don't know who you are. For all I know, you could be working for the corporation. And then again, if you do, I'm already done for anyway, so... You're right about all of it. WatiCorp's working on something big. The Dreamer. It's a device that'll let you dream anything you've got a mind to dream. Lucid dreams. You're awake and in control. Can you just imagine the possibilities? Every other entertainment medium would simply disappear overnight. Why watch a movie when you can dream it? It was destined to be the biggest thing in history, and it was supposed to go on the market in a few months from now. However, about 3 months ago, something happened. There was a contamination in the network that connects each Dreamer console with the central processor, Dream Core. I used to work on the network code, the parts that link the Dreamers with DreamNet. When the problem appeared, my bosses asked me to head up the group charged with identifying the problem on this end, to weed out the bugs. What we discovered was that DreamNet was beginning to slip out of our control. There was a contamination, but it wasn't a bug. It wasn't internal. We figured someone had hacked into the network and introduced a virus or worm, something sneaky and adaptable. It didn't take me long to realize there was a link between the static and our problems. The static wasn't the cause. It was the effect. Whatever had infiltrated DreamNet was, for lack of a better word, leaking out onto the wire, causing glitches and system crashes. When I told my supervisors, I was instructed to not ask any questions and to just keep working on the problem. So I did what they told me, but at the same time I started digging deeper on my own. And that's when I met Rio. She was working with the biological systems that run our code and operates DreamNet, the central processor known as DreamCore. She'd been digging too, and like me, she'd reached an impasse. So we started working together to identify and nail down the contamination. We figured that sooner or later the static would be traced back to WatiCorp, and then we'd be out of a job. Besides, it was getting serious. People were dying. So we kept digging, and then one day, about a week ago, we discovered something that changed everything. We discovered the truth behind Project Altura, behind DreamNet, behind the Dreamers. Wati isn't making these things to entertain people. They're making them to spy on and to control people. DreamNet was designed to record people's dreams. DreamCorp was designed to analyze them. WatiCorp can extract private and personal information about anyone who's ever been connected to a dreamer. And that's just the beginning. By feeding data back through the dreamer, they can plant thoughts, instructions, even hypnotic suggestions in people's heads. DreamNet is the biggest brainwashing experiment of all time, disguised as mindless entertainment.
And now someone's hacking into it.
What? Oh, right, exactly. Someone's trying to take control of the network, the most dangerous weapon of all time. Rio and I, we realized we had to tell someone, but we also knew that the corporation would do anything to protect their secret. If we went to the media, we'd be dead. We had to find someone with the guts to expose Wati, while protecting our identities.
The hand that bites.
Who better to expose this conspiracy than Jericho and his notorious feed? We knew he wouldn't be afraid to go up against WatiCorp. So we got in touch, and then Rio went over to Casablanca to meet him. She brought a prototype dreamer with her to prove we weren't crazy. We knew the risk, but what else could we do? And now... I can't believe Rio's dead. And Jericho. I'm afraid that if nothing's done, this'll keep escalating. The static will get worse. DreamNet will be hijacked, or the corporation will launch the Dreamer. Any way you turn it, it's bad. Real bad.
This is... And you're sure about this, Damien? It sounds like science fiction.
The people behind it seem to believe that it's possible. And the Dreamer works. I've tried it many times. It's incredible. Like nothing you've ever experienced.
But to know that they have free access to your innermost thoughts...
I won't use it again, that's for sure. Not with everything I know now.
Is there anything you can do to stop it?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it since I first realized what was happening. The static's starting to kill people. And if the Dreamer launches, I don't want to think about what might happen then. So yes, something can probably be done, but I can't do it by myself. The plan was for Rio to help me when she got back from Casablanca. I don't know who else to trust. So I'm a bit stuck.
You can trust me.
Yeah, I know, but you're not... I can't just ask... Why would you want to help?
Why? How can I not help? I may not be any closer to finding Reza, but at least I can do my part in exposing this conspiracy.
It's too dangerous. You could get caught. Or worse.
If you knew what I'd been through these past few days, you wouldn't say that. Whatever it is you need me to do, I'll do it.
Are you sure?
Damien, we don't have a choice. This is what Reza was doing. He was taking a stand. He was risking his life to expose WatiCorp. I can't run away from this one. I have to do this. For Reza. For everyone. For myself.
Sounds like you've really thought this one through. Okay, if you're sure.
I'm sure.
Well, you've definitely arrived in the nick of time. If we're doing this, we have to do it now.
Just tell me what we're doing. I'm ready.
Okay, good. So we need evidence. We need to know where the intrusion is coming from, and we need to stop the static from causing any more damage.
So how do we do all that?
I have to stay here. This is the only place I can access the system from. You, on the other hand, you're going on a long hike into the Wati caves. From the time I open this door, you have 30 minutes to make it down to -58. That shouldn't be too hard. At least you don't have to go up. Yet.
I'm fit.
You definitely look it. Okay, one moment. Alright, Zoe, so you know what to do.
I go down to sub-level 58. In exactly half an hour from now, you'll disengage the alarm, and I'll open the door.
Remember that once you're through, The door will be tagged for maintenance by the security systems. If you open it again before the scheduled time, we're screwed.
I got that.
And the rest of it?
I got it. All of it.
Good. Keep in mind that I can't call you while we're inside the building, so we won't be in touch until this is over. Best of luck, Zoe.
Thanks, Damien. You too.
Okay, so I'm probably not going to talk too much through this. Might not talk anymore at all. I know for a fact that... Come on. There's quite a bit of, like, bits and pieces.
Still a few minutes left. I'll have to wait.
Bits and pieces of dialogue where he interrupts to update us on what the actual plan is as we go along. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Whenever I started this, I remembered playing through the section, the 1st and the 5th and the 6th and the 7th and the 8th. I've played this game a lot.
First off, keep an eye out for spiders. If they spot you, you're toast. Use doorways and ventilation shafts to hide in when they're close. Stay quiet and out of sight, and you'll be fine. Alright, so in order to get into the Dream Core itself, you need to find a way into the offices surrounding the core room. And to do that, we have to cut the power to the doors. I can shut down the necessary grids if you can patch me into the closed circuit system down there. Locate and remove the wall panel marked PSA1 and upload the software I gave you directly into the system. The panel is on the outer wall of the hallway, on the opposite side of where you come in, close to the doors to subsection 2. May be hard to spot, so keep your eyes open. And remember to keep your eyes and ears open for spiders. I want you back in one piece.
As I was saying, there's quite a bit of time where he's going to interrupt and give us more details about the actual plan. Anyways, when I first started playing for this episode, I remembered this particular part, and oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can't get these open right now. Anyways, I remember this particular part, and I honestly I'm going to try to be as careful as possible throughout this entire section, so there's going to be a lot of spots where I'm just doing this, where I'm hiding.
This is a closed environment, and that's where the air is coming from.
Where I'm just going to be moving back and forth and hiding, because I can kind of hear when the little spider is coming right before I can see the lights, and I would rather have it in front of me and know where it is, instead of, you know, running around blindly and getting zapped by it and having to start over again. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to be careful. It's probably going to be very boring for everybody, because I didn't mean to click that. I was trying to move. But I just want to make sure I can keep it at least in ear to where I can hear it, keep it in sight. I can't talk. This is another reason why I don't do commentary. My goodness. Anyways, I'm going to be as careful as possible, hide whenever I can, and go step by step, because this is going to be a long process. I can guarantee you this is going to be the longest section of this episode. Only because I'm going to try to be as careful as possible. So, I guess for now I'll sign off, and I'll chime back in if there's anything else that I can think of. This part is just super annoying.
There's something in that wall.
The first time that I played this many moons ago, I had no idea what I was doing.
There's a sliding panel here, and it's marked PSA1. That's the one.
I genuinely had no idea what I was doing, and the computer that I was playing on
just upload Damien's software into the closed
was a lot
system.
older than this as well. It didn't respond very well.
There. That should allow him to shut off the power to the office
doors. It's one of those things that it took forever to...
As soon as you upload the patch, I'll be able to shut off the power to the doors. After that, you should be able to get into the offices. Unfortunately, the door to the core room itself will still be locked. It operates on its own secure grid, and the only way to get into the core is to use an authorized access key. We'll get to that later. Now, you need to scan the bioworm I gave you, and before you can do that, you'll need to place it in a special capsule. You'll find those capsules in the laboratory just down the hall from the panel.
Anyways, yeah, that's why I'm not going to be doing commentary throughout this section. He's going to interrupt me as soon as I actually start talking. Anyways, yeah, being careful, being calm, being quiet, taking my time, making sure everything gets done correctly.
I need to disable the security before going in
So,
there.
I'm going to sign off here. If there's anything else that I can think of as I'm going, I'll chime back in. But if not, then yeah, that'll be it. Like I said, this is one of the more irritating parts of the game that doesn't involve combat, and I think I can hear it. I can hear something. So yeah, anyways, being careful. I'm not very good at commentary with more serious games like this anyways, if I'm not running around frantic, shooting at things and shrieking every time something bad happens, so it is what it is. Oh, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of this, just me hiding. Again, it's just one of those things, as I've played this section so many times, I would just rather know where that stinking spider is at all times. There he is. And just have it in front of me so I know he's not going to sneak up behind me, because I do not want to have to do all of this over again.
This console is locked, and the protection is probably airtight. Without Liv around, I wouldn't risk trying to access it. It's a full-body scanner. It reads all my biometric data and uploads it to the system. It's a full-body scanner. It reads all my biometric data and uploads it to the system. It's a small biometric scanner. Put your specimen in a capsule, stick it in there, and it reads all the relevant biometric data.
After inserting the worm into the capsule, you'll need to scan it. You'll also need to scan yourself. The scanners, with my remote assistance, will upload both yours and the worm's DNA into the Dream Core's guardware. This will allow you access through the airlock. Both scanners are located in the med lab.
DNA and cellular composition of biological entity analyzed and cleared for entry and insertion into core.
It's a full body scanner. It reads all my biometric data and uploads it to the system.
DNA and cellular composition analyzed.
After you've scanned both the worm and yourself, you need to locate a key to the core room. The security officer in shift won't be in his office. I'll make sure of that. But Rio told me they always keep a spare key around. That's in blatant violation of security procedures, but it makes our job a lot easier. You'll need to search the security offices to find it.
The security in this office is pretty heavy. I'll need to do exactly what Damien told me to do.
The security office has an isolated grid that isn't connected to the building systems. If it's on, I'm afraid you're going to have to disengage that too. It can be switched off from the inside by one of the security spiders. Check the cybernetics office. There should be an extra spider in there. Use the software I uploaded to your mobile to control it remotely. Inside the security office there'll be a dock where the spider can access the local grid. The spider you'll be controlling won't have the right security clearance, however, so you'll need to find a way to upgrade its clearance. If you fry one of the patrolling spiders and download its clearance, you should be able to dock with the security office grid.
Okay, so I think I bugged the game out just a little bit here. I'm going to reload it, I think, and see if I can fix it. Yeah, I just need to reload it. This happened to me the last time I played it too. If you zap the other spider on the little pad that you need to sit on, then it won't work.
Who would be stupid enough to leave a data key in a jacket pocket? Yes, idiots.
When you've found the spare key in the security office, use it to enter the core room. We need to get the worm into the dream core. Once that's done, I can start pulling information from the core to my console. To get to the core, you must pass through the airlock and a decontamination process. And don't worry, it's perfectly harmless. From this point on, you'll need to be vigilant. There's a team on duty in the core room, most likely 2 or 3 scientists. They'll be preoccupied, however, so you should be able to sneak past them. If they spot you, they'll trigger the alarm, and you'll be fried, literally. Go to the lower platform. That's where you'll find the injection tube. Insert the capsule with the worm into the tube, push the button, and the worm will do the rest. After that, all you need to do is stay low and get out as fast as you can. I'll cut the alarm to the fire exit at the agreed time, so be there. If anything should go wrong, you'll need to find another way out on your own.
I like Damien, but it's obvious they didn't really spend too much time on his character model or his facial animations. And we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking. There's so much backtracking in this section too, it's really irritating.
I hope this key is active.
This part in particular, yeah, it's gonna be annoying. I'm probably gonna die at least once. I'll just leave it in so you guys can see what happens.
What are you doing here?
Why didn't you go the other way? Crap. Oh, crap. 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 Alright, I'm just gonna try to be smart about it this time. Be patient, not rush on ahead like I did the last time, so... Haha. look at this thing. Look at this, obviously, you know, tadpole-looking thing. Yeah, that's what it is.
Agitated. We need to calm her down.
The core's definitely reacting to external stimuli. But what? This doesn't look like the normal spikes. And there's absolutely no activity on DreamNet. What's eating her?
Good question. Whatever it is, it's serious. I've never seen her like this.
Uh-oh. Guess who decided to pay us a little visit?
Gilmore.
None other. She's probably here for another status report. Why can't she just be happy with the daily briefings from the chief?
Don't say anything stupid, okay? I don't fancy getting fired just because you shoot your mouth off to her. She is the boss.
And what idiot gave her that job? She has absolutely no qualifications.
Shh. Miss Gilmore, what an unexpected honor. May we help you with anything?
I thought I'd come down here to check on the progress myself. Why are there only 2 of you here?
It's Sunday evening. The team can't work 24 hours a day. They'll start making mistakes and...
We're on shifts, Miss Gilmore. Dr. Lee and I have the core until tomorrow morning.
Shifts? We're 4 months away from launch, everything's gone to hell, and your team's working shifts. People can take the day off when this crisis has been resolved. If Altera doesn't launch as planned, you'll all be fired.
I don't think you...
I couldn't care less what you think. That's not what I pay you for. I pay you to find out who's fucking with my project.
We're working on that. But it's been a difficult day. There have been spikes, and the leakage is getting worse.
Meaning what?
There have been fresh outbreaks of static interference across the wire, coinciding with violent fluxes in Angana.
What sort of fluxes?
Both physical spasms, like nervous twitches, and bursts of pure energy, and data. Hugely complex bursts of data. It doesn't make sense, but Angana appears to be... how shall I put this? Expanding, okay? There's more data inside it than it can physically store.
How's that even possible?
It really isn't. That's also why it's overloading, creating spikes that travel at the speed of light into the wire. If it keeps expanding...
We might theoretically be able to shut it down. But we don't know what consequences that might have, both to the project and to the wire.
It could be catastrophical. Everything connected to the wire, and I mean everything, could conceivably be affected.
It's not an option. Disregarding the possible effects to the wire, if there's any chance the project's timeline will be thrown off, it's unacceptable. You'll have to identify the problem and isolate the intrusion into the system. Now, I want a detailed breakdown of what your team's doing and when I can expect to see concrete results. Can we stabilize the Dream Core?
For short periods of time, which gives us a window to test DreamNet. Angana has responded positively to direct infusions of Morpheus.
All right. Walk me through the process.